Rams Roundtable.
There it is.
All right, we are getting to wide receiver tiers here. We've done quarterbacks. We have done running backs. Go check those out. We're on to wide receivers. I have a stat of the day for you. Stephon Diggs hasn't finished worse than wide receiver 25 in PPR points per game in the last 10 years. He is going wide receiver 41.
It's not as good.
So that's interesting because his floor is wide receiver 25. Last year he got hurt, played 6 games, but he was like the number 3 on that offense.
Okay. You have to take into consideration that he played with a very good team with Minnesota and then a very, very good team with Buffalo versus people are basically crowning the Patriots as the second place.
We're not crowning anything.
Okay. I'm saying, like, this Patriots offense is a big step back. So, yeah, there's probably reason why his floor is not wide receiver 25 this year.
Yeah, but his upside is high. I mean, wide receiver 41 is crazy, though.
It's pretty low.
It's the injury question, right? But, like, that's at that point, take a shot. Because who are you drafting in that range? Like Ricky Pearsall? I love Ricky Pearsall, but it's close.
It is. Well, I got him exactly.
You have a 41. Wow, look at you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and Ricky Pearsall at 40. Clear Secure, Jordan Addison, Jaden Reed, Chris Godwin at 36. He's not going to play this year.
He'll play.
You have Chris Godwin ahead of Stephon Diggs? You idiot.
What's going on?
Coons are trying to get into school.
Coons? Well, raccoons trying to get on our back porch. Mama just chasing them off with a broom.
Okay, I got a couple things. Again, wide receiver tiers. I got a couple things for you per use. One main thing here. We were talking about this. The fantasy football counselor. Yeah. You called him the shock jock of fantasy football?
He's a loudmouth.
Italian douchebag?
Yeah, Jersey Shore wannabe.
So
come at us, dude.
I still watch. I watch even the bad ones just to see how far off they are. And then this guy's getting 8,000 views on his video, sometimes more. I'm like, why? What are we doing wrong? But, like, awful, right? So
we're not shocking enough.
I sent you the short that he had, and I actually watched this whole video of him walking through a park saying he hates Puka Nacua. Okay. And his reasoning was he's a wuss.
Yeah.
And it was not because he's a wuss in the field, because we both know Puka Nacua is a badass. And it was because he was gushing about LeBron James, saying he wants to meet him in person. He's like, what grown man gushes about meeting LeBron James, first of all? And if you know anything about Puka Nacua, that dude plays too hard.
Just cries that I'm a wuss, basically. I just saw a video of him basically like gushing over LeBron. He's like, would you rather win the Super Bowl or hang out with LeBron for a week? He's like, oh my God, I don't know. What could I do? Like a little girl. Like, dude, like, you're an NFL player. Grow some balls. He's just an NFL player. He's just a real human. You don't need to sit there and like gush over an NBA player. Like, dude, you're supposed to be an alpha.
The thing is, this is an awful take to fade a guy, for one. For two, it's also it's wrong because he isn't a wuss. So he's not a wuss, and he's wrong because that's not a reason to fade a player. Personal stuff.
There is a lot of brouhaha in the fantasy professional analysts, fantasy circles talking about this guy has that dog in him, or this guy's a workout freak, or I know this guy takes care of his. Like, we don't know these players' motivation.
On the field, Puka is a dog, though.
You can see that with your eyes.
Yeah.
We're talking about somebody's mental state because they're gushing about
nobody knows
LeBron James.
Nobody knows.
But like, I hate when we're talking about this guy's motivation is because of this.
So, but after I saw this, I was like, I got to look what he did last year, because he was saying how he titled Lai McConkey, but all he does is talk about Trey Harris and Dante Thornton. He takes Dante Thornton everywhere. He takes rookies. He loves rookies because it's clickbait. So I looked back at one of his videos. The first one I clicked on was, do not draft these 5 running backs. This was like 3 weeks before the season started last year. You ready to hear these names?
Yeah, hit me.
This is the best ever. Devin Achane, Aaron Jones, James Cook, Josh Jacobs, and James Conner.
Wolf.
Can you go 0 for 5, dude? Like, all these guys outside
now, what were the reasonings? Did you remember?
James Conner was trash, a bad player. Josh Jacobs isn't good. James Cook is not an every down back, which actually is kind of true.
True.
But Aaron Jones is washed, and Devin Achane's a pipsqueak.
That's
can't stay healthy.
That's all subjective nonsense.
I'm saying, here's the finishes these guys had. Achane 9, Aaron Jones 16, James Cook 7, Josh Jacobs 5, and James Conner 10. So he had 4 of the guys were top 10 running backs, and none of them were drafted above the 4th round. I think Achane was a 3rd rounder, and some of the guys were 6th rounders. And the worst of the guys was Aaron Jones at RB16, who was going like 6th round. 0 for 5. Literally 0 for 5 on those picks.
Oh my God.
Could you have a worse video? That's up there. He didn't delete it. And like people are listening to this guy.
Are there any worse takes out there? I mean, I guess
we've had bad takes, but like not 5 in a row. Right. Wide receiver tiers.
Okay.
ECR, Fantasy Pros, half point PPR.
Half point.
First tier, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. Any issues, any changes? What do you think?
I go Lamb over Jefferson, but I also...
Is that because of the hamstring injury or just in general?
It's the hamstring, more so than anything else.
Okay.
Hamstrings in training camp make
I know,
me nervous.
they linger.
Also, but my tier 1 is basically tier 1. Their tier 1 and tier 2 lumped together.
Really?
Because this is... I get the argument for Chase, Lamb, and Jefferson, but I also see the argument for Neighbors, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Nico Collins, Brian Thomas, and Puka Nacua. Realistically, any of those 8 dudes could finish number 1 overall.
Yeah, I just see the clear advantage that these 3 guys have in terms of target share, offense, history, you name it. Like, I see the difference there, where I'm going to have the rest of the guys in a separate tier.
Right. So now you're having a value conversation because unless you're...
Not even value, just in general, like Puka has Devontae Adams there. Malik Neighbors has no quarterback. St. Brown has a new offensive coordinator and just isn't the player these other guys are. Nico Collins, not the player.
Wait, you said Neighbors isn't the player these guys are?
No, I said St. Brown's the
St.
player.
Brown, okay.
Neighbors has no quarterback.
Yeah, but I think
Nico Collins has a questionable offensive line, and C.J. Stroud. Brian Thomas, we saw 1 year of it, and then Drake London, I love, but Michael Penix's question.
Well,
right?
Drake London's on that.
There's
tier.
no question with CeeDee Lamb and Dak. There's no question with Justin Jefferson, the best receiver in the league, and then Jamar Chase tied for the best receiver in the league with the best quarterback.
I guess
in the league.
the knocks on those 3 guys are they've all dealt with injuries in their especially CeeDee Lamb.
What you said, I will agree with, is that any of these guys could be wide receiver 1. I think the difference is with these top 3 guys is the floor. The floor with these 3 guys is like unmistakably elite. Like, there's no way if they stay healthy, Chase, Jefferson, or Lamb are finishing outside the top 8.
I think you might be a little short-memoried on Jamar Chase. His last season was outstanding, and I love the man more than
good.
More than any man should love.
Still 90 catches and 7 touchdowns.
Look what happened 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
It was still good.
Year.
Well, Joe Burrow got hurt.
Disappearing acts.
Joe Burrow got hurt.
Even with Joe Burrow there in the playoff in week 14 2 years ago, whatever it was. Season on the line when he gets...
Where do you have Jamar Chase ranked?
Number 1.
All right. Next tier. Puka Nacua at 4, Neighbors at 5, St. Brown, Collins, Brian Thomas Jr. at 8, and Drake London at 9.
Yeah, Puka's too high in that tier for me. I got him at 8.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because he's a wuss?
No. It's the Devontae Adams factor.
Yeah?
I don't think Devontae Adams is washed. He's not the player he once was, but he's going to siphon targets away.
Could that make Puka more available downfield, though?
Maybe. Possibly. Seemingly.
Seemingly. Seemingly. To the untrained eye, I can...
But you also, this is an injury risk for both Puka and Matthew Stafford.
I get it.
Stafford, especially, the dude is near 40, and he's got back problems again. If he goes down, we're in real trouble with Puka Nacua.
Yeah, I would say that.
So I like.
You
can
say that about any of these wide receivers.
I think Puka's got the best floor.
Any of these wide receivers, if their quarterback gets hurt, the one guy.
No, Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to be fine either way.
Okay, the other guy that's actually going to be fine, Drake London.
Malik Neighbors.
Oh yeah, because there is no difference. But no, Drake London.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Drake London.
Kirk Cousins is fine.
Yeah, I would say
you don't have Drake London in this tier though.
No, he's just a tier below. He's 10 overall. Where they got him?
At 9.
Okay, well, I
understand that, but it's not in this tier. To where, me personally, who's more likely to drop out of this tier? Let's not talk about Drake London because he's the last of the tier. Of the other guys, 4 through 8, is it Puka or is it Nico Collins?
It's Nico.
Nico?
Yeah, it's Nico Collins. And that is a product of the Houston offense. They brought in 2 wide receivers
no one else
this year.
Though.
They brought in 2 wide receivers this year.
Okay.
And Nico himself has dealt with injuries. Especially if Stroud stays on this mediocre path, you're looking at a bad offensive line again. I don't know. I'm not really keen on... I think Nico's going to have an amazing season, but if you want to talk about who's the most likely to fall off a cliff, it's probably Nico Collins. I think Nico's just as likely to be Here's the problem. His range of outcomes is way high. I think he's got as much of a chance to be a top 3 wide receiver as he does to be a wide receiver 3.
Ooh, wow. That's hot.
I know, it's a little...
Well, his talents, it's look good. It's not what these other guys are. And we go to the next tier, it's not A.J. Brown's talent. It's not Tyreek Hill's talent.
They're different types of wide receivers, too, right? A.J. Brown is not a technician, whereas Nico Collins very much is.
Hybrid.
Okay.
Hybrid.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. I mean, he runs a lot of the slants and goes and those things, and he gets some design
What was his
screens.
average depth of target
Really
last year?
deep. Really deep.
Was it over 14?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that's a wild difference from a guy like, Amon-Ra St. Brown, whose average depth of target's right around 10, 11.
Drake London, you're lukewarm him. I have him higher.
What do you got?
For me, it's 8. I know it's not much higher,
I
but
got
like
10.
Yeah, right. But when you're talking that high, it is a big difference because you're looking at will you take him at 14th overall opposed to will you take him at 18th overall? Because now when you have him at 10, you're taking the running backs over him as well as the wide receivers over him. Like A-Chain, you're probably taking over Drake London.
Yeah.
Right? Derrick Henry,
no,
you're taking over.
I would. Yeah. H.N., Derrick Henry. Yeah, that group of running backs, I would definitely. So probably, unless Drake London falls, I'm probably not getting him, especially depending on where you are in your draft.
All right, question for you. Full PPR, Drake London or Derrick Henry?
Oh, Derrick Henry.
In full PPR.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Everybody's worried about Derrick Henry doesn't catch passes.
He catches 17.
Well, when he scores 18 touchdowns, it doesn't freaking matter. And then the catches that he does, he takes to the house anyway. So
you like A.J. Brown over Drake London?
Barely. I do have A.J. Brown one spot ahead of
All
Drake
right,
London.
tier 3, 10 through 17. A.J. Brown, Lad McConkey, Tyreek Hill, JSN, T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, and Mike Evans. Mike Evans still landing in the 3rd tier, although it's in the bottom. Who do you have? Who stands out to you here?
I think
who should be in the tier above, if anyone, and who should be in the tier below?
Well, I think Mike Evans should be in the tier above. And I think
should he be in tier 2?
I'm not saying he should, but I think all these guys are...
Wow, you were out on Mike Evans last year. Now you're in on Mike Evans this year. 1 year older?
I mean...
Because you saw it when he was old.
I mean, we saw him do it last year. He didn't really show any signs of... He did have that one hamstring injury when he was diving for a ball in the end zone. He does get dinged up a little bit, but they're going to get him 1,000 yards. Baker's going to throw for 40-plus touchdowns again. Baker's a god. Okay?
So you want Mike Evans over...
Chris Godwin's not going to start the season healthy.
He's probably not playing this year. As Chris Godwin.
I got Mike Evans 12. He's still top 12.
So he's over Garrett Wilson, T. Higgins, JSN for you.
Oh, yeah. JSN's right there. JSN is 13. But he's over...
Tyreek Hill?
Oh, yeah. That's the one that's in a too high of a tier. Tyreek Hill should be one below.
Oh. Thoughts on McConkey?
Solid. I think he's going to have a really great season. He's ranked 11th.
He's a floor play, right?
He's a floor play. I don't know that Trey Harris is going to do enough on that roster to really put a dent in Lad McConkey. I was off Lad McConkey last year, and I'll be the first to admit I was wrong. He came in this league and performed. He can only take a step forward from here in my eyes.
In our combined draft, we're not taking Mike Evans. So, I mean, I'll take him at cost, like if he's later, but I'm not reaching for him. I'm not taking him over Devontae Adams.
You're
I'm
going to
taking
miss
him
out
over
on a
Garrett
1,000-yard
Wilson.
season.
Garrett Wilson's going to have a 1,000-yard season. He does it every year.
Garrett Wilson. Justin Fields couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat.
Zach Wilson couldn't either, and he got 1,000 with him.
I'm not too worried about it.
What? T. Higgins, off? You're at
15.
It's 14.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be on T. Higgins. I guess I get really concerned about injury status with guys like this that have a propensity to miss 4, 5, 6, 8 games per year. T. Higgins, I get it. Everybody's injury prone until they're not, right? That's the Frank Gore situation.
Yeah.
So T. Higgins, when he's on the field, he's amazing. I think if you look at his, what was his yard or not yard? What was his yards per game last year? Like in the games that it was healthy,
Probably
right?
70.
It
was a touchdown.
He's easily a top 15 guy.
Yeah, it was a touchdowns. Question for you. Terry McLaurin or Mike Evans, if Terry McLaurin signs today as a number 1 with no one else there, or Mike Evans has a lot there.
Mike Evans.
Over Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
Where do you have McLaurin?
14. I got Evans at 12, 14.
Oh, you're really on Mike Evans. Okay, next tier, tier 4, Terry McLaurin, Marvin Harrison Jr., DJ Moore, DK Metcalf, Cortland Sutton, Devonta Smith, Rashee Rice, and Zay Flowers.
You see Jameson Williams in there?
No, he's at 26.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, you have an 18.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Let's add Jamison Williams to this tier, just because I kind of think so too, and half point especially. Wow. You want him over Marvin Harrison?
Yeah, I got Marvin Harrison at 22. I think they're going to make a concerted effort to get Marvin Harrison the ball. I think
And
it's
you
going
want
to be
Jamison over Devontae Adams?
Yes.
They're both number 2s in their offense.
That one's close. But 18-19, Jamison Williams, Devontae.
Where do you have Rasheed Rice? Scroll down.
Scrolling. 31.
Wow. Is it the suspension?
Yeah. Like,
What am I said it was 3 games only, though.
3 games is 3 games, and Xavier Worthy is probably going to take a step forward this year. So there's no guarantee that Rice, especially it was a small sample size. Don't forget, it was 3 games last year before he got hurt. It was a very small sample.
Why
size.
do you have Cortland Sutton at 25?
Because I've been re-watching and I've been re-looking at what Cortland Sutton did last year.
You're still below consensus, but
Am I?
yeah, 22 is Cortland Sutton.
Okay. Well, I moved
where do you have DK?
23.
Okay.
Where do you have him?
I don't have mine again. I'm waiting for my rankings. I know where I roughly would have him.
Where?
I have him ahead of Cortland Sutton. I'll
Well,
say
he's
that.
he's had a Cortland Sutton here.
Yeah, he is.
Technically-
Okay. All right.
technically.
Good for you. Good
Yeah.
for you, seemingly. Marvin Harrison Jr., you're out on. Out.
22. What changed this year?
Nothing. He could be better.
He could be. He will be better.
No, they can utilize him better.
Right.
And he can be better. And Kyler could be better. That's 3 things.
But you have to.
2 out of those 3 things will happen, right?
Wait, say that again. He could be better. Kyler could be better.
And they can utilize him better, not just run him down the field because he's not a
So
speed demon.
I think one of those things is a certainty. They will utilize him better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any guarantee that he will be better.
Okay.
And I think there's a 0% chance that Kyler's better. Kyler's shown us who he is.
I know.
Kyler is who Kyler is.
So a little bit of points on both those is almost a full point. And you have the guarantee they use him better.
Right. That's why I got him at 22. He's a low end wide receiver too for me.
DJ Moore.
26. Yeah, 26.
Moore. You hate the Bears, so.
I don't hate the Bears.
You do.
I don't hate the Bears.
DJ Moore's Vegas props are very high.
Okay.
Like 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, and
Ve-
90 catches.
Vegas is not infallible. And
I
think,
understand that.
I think, and you also have to, don't forget, Vegas is incentivized to price these things up because people bet overs. They don't bet unders.
What are your thoughts on Devonta Smith?
21. I love Devonta Smith. I think they're going to throw more this year. Devonta Smith.
Because
has
he's
a-
right next to Cortland Sutton, where Devonta Smith's at 2, and Sutton's the easy one there.
Right.
In terms of number 1 receiver.
But you got a better, I think Hurts is underrated as a passer. They are going to be throwing more this year. And especially when A.J. Brown is not having his games. I mean, A.J. Brown is an absolute stud. But Devonta Smith can pop off. The problem with Devonta Smith is trying to predict when he's going to have his absolute dud games, which they do come.
Devonta Smith or Zay Flowers is a tough one. It's a tough one.
It
because
is.
if you want floor or Devonta Smith, even though Zay Flowers is a floor player because he doesn't score any touchdowns, but he has much more chance for like those deep bombs and like he is on the field. Not more, but he is the number 1 there.
Baltimore is probably going to have a top 3 offense this year, and their wide receiver 1 is being drafted at the end of wide receiver 2
But remember my
territory.
stat that I put out
Yeah.
about Lamar Jackson's number 1 receiver? There's been one time it's finished inside the top 24 receivers.
It's a perfect storm of Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, and that craters Zay Flowers' value.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, again, like they don't really utilize him on bubble screens. They don't utilize him on RPOs. Like he is a downfield guy, and that you're going to run into issues. He's a great best ball player, but you're going to run into issues in lineup setting leagues where he better be like your rolling the dice guy, and you better have a steady Eddie
As a
up
wide
front.
receiver 3, not a wide receiver 2.
Yeah.
Because wide receiver 2 is not a roll the dice guy. You're in trouble.
You need. I mean, especially if you have 3 wide receivers in a flex, and you're talking a half point per reception or a PPR, you better have 2 guys that are going to get you 14 to 18 points.
You don't feel that Jamison Williams is the same thing as Zay Flowers in that regard?
No, I think we saw Jamison Williams level up last year, and I'm not as concerned about Ben Johnson leaving. I think Dan Campbell has put a culture in place that everybody on that team work. Now, don't get me wrong, Jamison Williams is a bit of a knucklehead. But
He's a knucklehead.
if he can clean that up, we saw the upside with Jamison Williams. That very good chance that both he and Amon-Ra St. Brown finish in wide receiver 1.5 territory.
Wow. So Sam Laporta's bad then? Or their offense is just going to be amazing?
I think their offense is going to continue to be
Well, you
amazing.
hate Ben Johnson, so it didn't matter. All right, so you love Jameson Williams. Let's get to the next tier here. It's Jameson Williams, 26 through 38. Giant tier they have here. I would break this up into 3 tiers personally. Jameson Williams, Xavier Worthy, Ted McMillan, Jalen Waddle, Calvin Ridley, George Pickens at 31, Chris Olave, Travis Hunter, Jerry Jeudy, Roma Dunze, Jordan Addison, Chris Godwin, and Jawan Jennings at 38.
Okay, that is a lot. What is the point of a tier like that?
Because they're saying they're all the same. So Jameson Williams is the same as Jawan Jennings.
So like,
what they're saying.
if you in your draft, Jameson Williams goes, like, okay, that's the start of the tier. I can wait 3.5 rounds to get to Jawan Jennings? Like, Jawan Jennings is gonna.
It's 2 rounds, 2 full rounds. Okay, I'd say. Jameson Williams will go in the 4th round, and then Jennings will go in the 6th.
You think he's okay?
I'd say.
Right.
So, Ted McMillan, 28.
Point of order. He doesn't like being called Ted McMillan. He likes being called by his name.
Fuck that.
Tetaroa McMillan or T-Mac.
That's like rolling the R's in terms of like going to a Mexican restaurant.
I'm just saying.
I ain't going to do that shit.
Okay.
Ted McMillan. That's way too high. He's going ahead of Jalen Waddle, Calvin Ridley, George Pickens, Chris Olave, Travis Hunter. No.
Okay, I got him at 29.
Wow. And then you have Waddle, Ridley, and Pickens.
Waddle's off my board. Like, what's the point of drafting Waddle this year?
Where do you have Waddle?
33.
It's not off your board.
Where's he got it?
29.
Yeah, well, okay. He'd have to fall.
And Ridley's higher?
Yeah, Calvin Ridley is
and
one
Pickens,
spot higher.
Okay.
Yeah, Pickens is higher.
Olave's
right there. I guess I'm a little injury cautious with Chris Olave. He, unlike most guys, when you get a concussion, it's 1 or 2 games. If he gets a concussion, you're talking half a season.
I get it.
Yeah.
Or never.
So but yeah, I've got him over Rashee Rice. I don't know. I'm probably going to have to move Jawan Jennings up. Looking back at what Jennings did last year, especially now that Ricky Pearsall is also dealing with some stuff. And we know Brandon Ayuk's not going to be healthy.
Do you see, I see a clear tier break after Olave or Hunter, if you want to put Hunter in there, or even Jeudy, because Jeudy has the volume. Or if you love Adunze, I guess you love Addison too, right? I see after Olave at 32, Travis Hunter, Jeudy, Adunze, Addison, Godwin, and Jennings. I feel like those guys are a tier below.
They're all a tier below.
More question marks. Where like Hunter could easily vault his way to tier 3, but he could vault his way to tier 6 and not play much.
Right.
And
I don't think that's going to be
Jeudy,
possible.
offensive questions. Adunze, we haven't seen it. You hate the Bears. Addison, suspension.
Yes. That's why. What do they got him at?
36.
All right, well, I got him at 38, so that seems about right.
But right now, if Rashee Rice was not suspended and Addison was not suspended, where would you have them ranked? Where would you have Rice ranked if he was not suspended?
Probably 15.
Where would you have Addison ranked if he was not suspended?
22-ish?
What? You want him over Devonta Smith?
Ooh.
No, you don't.
You
want him over Zay Flowers?
I've got Devonta Smith at 21, so...
You want him over Zay Flowers?
Yeah, I'll
over
take him.
DK Metcalf.
I'll take him over Zay Flowers.
Over DK Metcalf.
Yeah, I'll take him over DK Metcalf.
Really?
Yeah. Arthur Smith? Guys...
Dude, you want a second receiver with a rookie quarterback?
Calvin Austin's probably going to be the number 1 wide receiver there. Just
man. Gross. Why do you love Addison so much?
Jordan Addison's a stud,
He's a decent player. He's not a stud. He gets to play next to Justin Jefferson.
Exactly. He opens things up. He barely gets double coverage.
Okay. Yeah, Olave all day over Addison.
No, I'd definitely take Addison over Olave.
Well, he is getting suspended, though.
Okay, who's noodle-armed Tyler Shuck is throwing him
He
the
has
ball.
a strong arm. He was a arm wrestling champion for 2020.
His dad was an arm wrestling champion.
Is that right?
No, we're thinking of Tyson Bagent.
That's Tyson Bagent, yeah. Anyone else? So, I love the value here of almost this whole tier of... I guess McMillan, but I have him lower. But Williams, Worthy, McMillan, Waddle, Ridley, Pickens, Olave, Hunter, Jeudy, all those dudes is my wide receiver 3. I love all of them.
See, the problem there is, and we talked about this in the running back podcast, like all those guys have enough. I get really concerned about taking a wide receiver 3 in that range because all of them have big issues, and now you're fishing on the wire trying to find something.
They all have elite upside.
I think, yeah. I mean, elite
not Ted
upside?
McMillan, but Waddle does if the Dolphins' offense gets back in track.
It won't.
Pickens could catch the most touchdowns in the league.
Okay, so
Olave could have 100 catches.
Pickens is the guy I think should be at the front of that
Travis
tier.
Hunter's an elite talent. Jerry Jeudy has all the targets coming his way.
Okay, Jerry Jeudy, get out of here with that nonsense.
Xavier Worthy?
42.
What?
I've got Jerry Jeudy at 42.
Oh,
Targets on the Cleveland Browns offense.
hey man, Joe Flacco can fucking fling it.
Joe Flacco's going to start 4 games this year.
Okay, and
This
Kenny
is-
Pickett's bad.
Kenny Pickett's horrendous,
Okay.
and he's on track to start.
Shador Sanders can be fine.
I don't know about that.
He can throw the ball.
This feels like a season where they're going to have like 5 different starting quarterbacks at one point.
All right, let's talk. It's going to happen. Let's talk about tier 6 real quick.
Do we have
Another
to?
giant tier here. Jacoby Myers at 39, Clear Shakir at 40, Jaden Reed at 41, Stephon Diggs 42, Debo 43, Pearsall, Downs, Pittman, Kupp, Mooney, Ayuk, Mbuka, Golden, and Coleman. Let's talk about the first half of it.
Okay.
I feel like they're all similar. Let's add in Jawan Jennings. Jennings, Myers, Shakir, and Reed, and Diggs.
Okay.
And let's add in Debo Samuel, the X factor here.
Okay.
I kind of like all these guys. More so in PPR, I like all these guys.
I'm pretty down on Josh Downs. I think that Tyler Warren's going to eat up a lot of the underneath stuff that
and
Josh
the quarterback questions.
That doesn't concern me quite as much because Downs is less affected by that.
Pearsall or Jennings?
Jennings.
FP. Okay. Shakir or Myers?
Shakir.
You hate Myers. Hate
No,
catches.
I don't. I really like Jacoby Myers, but
Jaden Reed or Stephon Diggs?
Jade Reed.
Who do you have highest of those guys I mentioned?
Juwan Jennings.
Besides him, Myers, Shakir, Reed, Diggs,
Reed.
Debo. Reed.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
And you don't like Myers. How low do you have Myers?
44.
That's not too.
That's not too bad. I like the
5-11.
offense, but I'm not gonna reach for the number 2 potential number 2 target on that team outside of Brock Bowers.
Emeka Ibuka. We got to talk about him with the Chris Godwin. Very, very, very cryptic information we're getting from him. Another surgery. It's not looking good.
I mentioned this several pods ago.
Ibuka is going as high as pick 80. I saw 68 the other day in one of my best ball drafts.
You're kidding.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
full PPR.
Where was McMillan going?
Like 160, and
Okay.
I've been taking him at 140.
Ibuka's going 100
I saw
spots
him
ahead of
going
McMillan?
68 in a draft.
100
I
spots
will
ahead?
take Ibuka
Okay.
at like 89.
Ibuka
these-
is a world's better talent than McMillan. Don't get me
Yes.
wrong, but he has McMillan has an
yes,
established
yes.
role on that offense, regardless of what happens with Chris Godwin.
I have taken Ibuka ahead of Downs, Pittman, Kupp, Mooney.
Downs, Pittman, Kupp.
I have not taken Ibuka ahead of ahead of Pearsall, Debo, Diggs, or Reed.
Okay.
Reed is tough. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I want to be in on Jaden Reed this year, and
I am.
because I'm really enamored with the talent. When he's getting the ball, he does amazing things with it. I would hope that at some point the Packers wake up and give him more than a 60% target share, or not target, snap share.
Yeah, I would hope so.
You would hope, yes.
Especially this year without Christian Watson being. Now they have a rookie there though. taking
Yeah,
that
I
role.
don't think Matthew Golden's going to be a star in this league.
No, but he's going to play a lot of snaps.
He's going to play
Until
on
they
2 wide
realize he
receiver
sucks.
sets, which
Yes.
is going to eat in.
And they like Dubs. And Wicks gets open even though he can't catch.
True, but the Packers play one of the higher percentage of three wide receiver sets.
Which is good. So, Keon Coleman at 52, Golden at 51, and Ibuka at 50. Do you like Ibuka? Let's say Ibuka's going way higher, like I said. If you put Ibuka ahead of Stephon Diggs at 41,
I don't.
Diggs or Ibuka?
Diggs.
Okay. Where is the line drawn for you, though? Josh Downs? Josh Downs or Ibuka?
Got it. I mean, all right.
Because
so-
it's a bench receiver, right? You're looking for upside.
Right.
And Josh Downs is more of a plug-and-play a wide receiver 3, where like Ibuka has more
So
of the
you can
unknown.
see here, I got Downs at 46, Ibuka at 48. So and they are a tier break. So
You have Brandon Ayuk in tier fucking 5?
I can throw him on an IR spot.
I like that.
Yeah.
But you.
That's why I won't draft suspension guys, but I'll draft IR guys.
Yeah. Wow. Anyone else you want to talk about that goes later?
Marvin Mims?
No, it doesn't play. Trey Harris at 58.
I don't know. I got Trey Harris way down, 65. I guess I'm not that far off.
Wow, you're really low on Trey Harris.
What's-
the counselor is so pissed at you. He wants him as his wide receiver 3 in every
Why?
week.
Trey Harris,
Because Trey Harris
I'm
is
supposed to
gonna
be enamored with a guy that took
He's going to play every snap.
Back
He's going to play every snap. You didn't know?
Cedric Tillman, I guess.
I love Cedric Tillman,
Yeah.
but that's more of a best ball thing for me.
Okay.
Because you hate Jerry Jeudy, how do you like Cedric Tillman? I guess it's the price.
It's the price. I mean, why is Jerry Jeudy?
Christian Kirk at 54.
I got him at 56. So
What do you
there
think?
go. Yeah. I mean, what do you think? Like, Christian Kirk has never been a world beater, but he's a steady Eddie guy.
But there's a chance in this offense that he is averaging 5 catches a game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If you don't trust the rookies they have there in Higgins and Noel, like Christian Kirk,
Who's going to start in 2 wide receiver sets besides
it's hard to play Higgins
Nico
because
Collins.
you have Nico Collins clone. You have 2 X guys that are slow playing a 2 wide receiver.
We should probably focus in on the Y guy because they're going to play a large percentage of 12 personnel because they've got
caged over.
Yeah. Ohio State's own.
I mean, and the thing is, Christian Kirk's never been that guy. He's never played in 2 wide receiver sets.
Didn't he in Jacksonville that one year?
Well, he shouldn't. He can't block. He's tiny.
I'm pretty sure he did.
He cannot play on the outside.
Okay.
That's the problem, right?
I'm pretty sure
And
he played in 2 wide receivers.
I think Noel is the same player as Christian Kirk.
They are very similar in stature and...
So, it's Higgins.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So, Higgins... I don't know. I don't know what came out of camp. It's tough. I don't know. I guess Christian Kirk is... Jaden Higgins. Yeah, Jaden Higgins way below Christian Kirk anyway. I don't know. Luther Burden? You want to talk about him?
No. We've already talked about him. Anyone else for redraft purposes that is important, right? Rashad Bateman is not really a redraft guy because you got to flip the coin on when he's going to catch a deep ball touchdown.
Marquise Brown? Any interest in...
Yeah, I do have interest in Marquise Brown, but it's more of a best ball thing.
Okay.
Although it sucks because it shouldn't be a best ball thing because he never plays a full season.
At some point, you're going to have to draft some of these guys in redrafts. You can't just all be best ball.
I won't because I play a lot of full PPR. I want my 5 receivers before and ending at Keon Coleman or Shaheed at 53. I want 5, which would lead me into wide receiver 60 for most teams. If I wait a little bit and take some running backs, I'm pounding wide receiver because I don't want any. I want later running backs that are ambiguous than wide receivers that are ambiguous.
Frankly, in a league where I'm starting 3 wide receivers and a flex, I'm fine taking 4 wide receivers and just seeing who pops.
I like to have one bench guy like late, but like I'd rather have my bench full of running backs.
Yes, I'm right with
than
you.
wide receivers.
Yeah.
Even though history does tell us wide receivers tend to totally pop. The question is picking the right one. Where the running backs are 1 injury away. The wide receivers are guessing which situation is going to pop.
Would you rather have Kyle Williams or Ray Davis?
Ray Davis.
Right, exactly.
But Kyle Williams could be a top 24 receiver without an injury. Ray Davis is never going to be a RB2 without an injury.
So you're saying a wide receiver 5, a Jaden Higgins type, a Trey Harris type.
Trust me, I'm the same way. It's smart to go running backs, but the last couple of years, running backs have not gotten hurt, and it's hurt us.
Yes.
Where the wide receivers are Justin Jefferson, your Lad McConkey's. Came out of nowhere.
It's a cyclical thing. Just because they didn't get hurt en masse last year.
No, I know. They're more likely to.
Won't get
in my mind.
Well, that's not how statistics
That's gambler fallacy, but I believe that.
Right.
I will bet black 5 times in a row and bet it again if I lose them all.
I stack my bench with
running backs.
Upside running backs.
Right.
Right. And so then, do I need Luther Burden or Romeo Doubs or Adam Thielen on my team? No, I don't. What am I going to do with them?
The way I put it to Erica was...
These guys are never cracking my lineup.
Right.
So why are they even on my team?
And the way I put it is when there's an injury and the wide receiver 4 steps up to the wide receiver 3 or wide receiver 3 steps up to the wide receiver 2, it's really hard to quantify that into more usage, where the running back is so easy to guarantee this guy's going to play 70% of the snaps.
If you can identify the right guy.
And 70% of the snaps at running back is 15 to 20 touches. 80% of the snaps at wide receiver does not equate to 8 targets.
Right.
That's the difference.
If you can identify the right guy. That's why I'm not taking shots on... I'm not stuffing my bench with Dallas Cowboys running backs. I don't care about that. I want guys like Isaac Guerrero.
I do. Well, yeah.
I mean, you can take shots early, but
I want one shot. Javonte Williams, baby.
Nah, it's Jaden Blue.
And it's been a complete joy.